Hello. Today we're going to go over the opening and closing procedures for tutor coordinators. The first thing that you will need to do is go to Microsoft Teams, as we have done right here. Under General, there are daily tasks right here. So click on those daily tasks. That's going to take you to this screen right here, where you're going to see that there are opening procedures listed for every single day of the week. So what you will do is click on whichever day of the week you are opening in, and you will see that there is a list of about 16 to 17 things long. Each of these are very small, discrete tasks, so there should really be no difficulty in an hour completing basically all of these tasks, unless there's something unforeseen comes up. So, as you can see, the first thing is turn on the lights, make sure the lights are on. Sometimes it can be a little bit deceiving in here. We get quite a bit of light from outside, but we do need to turn the lights on when we come in. Make sure all opening procedures task lists for the week are removed from completed. So this is just making sure that everybody throughout the week is going to have this task list set again. So the next thing we need to do is set the phone to available, so that makes sure that people can call us. Next thing is remove the out of office auto reply. That makes sure that people can email us. We need to open the blinds. We need to tidy up the writing center, take the iPad off the charger. We like to have some quiet study music on in here, so we have a Spotify account ready for that. The sandwich board needs to go out. People love the word of the day on the sandwich board. So this is one of the TC tasks that's set out for you guys, is to get that thing ready and sent out. Next thing is to check email in the Writing Center and respond appropriately to any email, even if the only thing that you are doing is forwarding an email on to Mark or myself. You will need to send a reply to that person to let them know that their email was received and that it was moved to the appropriate destination. It's good to check in on bookings for appointments, so you can go to that calendar in Microsoft Bookings and take a look at what we have coming up for the day. Check Teams, of course, for any updates, to see if there are any tasks or any things that need accomplished that are not on the daily tasks list. Check the incomplete appointments in the client report forms channel for anything that is over 24 hours overdue. If something is over 24 hours overdue, that's when we send email reminders to that tutor who needs to complete their client report form and check off that task. The next is checking incomplete appointments over 48 hours overdue and creating a meeting between myself, the assistant director, and that tutor so that we can have a conversation about making sure that the client report forms get done in a timely fashion. You need to post to Instagram and push that to Facebook, as well as making sure that if we need to post later in the day, you can schedule a Facebook post out for a particular time. Then you need to write a note for the next TC coming in, and that will detail any tasks that you were not able to get to for whatever reason, as well as maybe just a nice note saying, hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Those are just some little nice gestures that you can do. Finally, once all of these tasks have been completed, so once you've checked off every item on this list, you will go up to the top right-hand corner of this task, and there is a little check mark, and you can knock that down into this little folder down here, the completed folder. I'm going to show that. I'm going to move that, mark that as not completed, so that we can move it back into this task list. All right, that has been an overview of the opening procedure. So now we can look over here to the closing procedures. Again, we have a little bit of a list over here. You guys can read and you know how it's going to go. But you'll want to begin the closing procedures about 15 minutes before closing time, because there are a few things that you can take care of before we actually have to close the writing center. Then at 9 o'clock, the tasks below this point are things that need to be completed at or after 9 p.m. So that includes setting the phone to Gone Home and instituting those auto replies on Outlook, as well as doing things like charging the iPad and completing this task list. So with the opening procedures, there may be some constraints on maybe you're only here for an hour, so you might not get through all of the opening procedures. The thing about the closing procedures is they need to be completed. So if you're here until 9:15, 9:20, just make sure that these closing procedures are completed. If you figure out that you need to start the closing procedures a little early to get out of here at about 9:15, which is kind of the optimal time for you to be leaving, then by all means start those closing procedures a little bit early to make sure that you can get out of here at a time that is reasonable. Thank you very much, and this has been opening and closing procedures for tutor coordinators.